Hey, so this video was originally going to be a comparison video featuring the Lambertone Crema and Grinder pickups against what was in my 2019 Les Paul Standard. I eventually didn't quite get to do the detailed comparison on doing a recording of the pickups before I swapped them out. But after I put the Lambertones in there, I felt like it would be worthwhile to make this video. It started out mostly just as a video comparing product to product, brand to brand, seeing what's better. And I was pretty hopeful for these Lambertones. But I think what ended up happening is I realized something. And this is kind of the premise of the video. Is it worth it to buy into the hype of what other people are using? Other brands or companies that are producing really great high quality products, but is it worthwhile spending the money to go and follow the hype train versus just dealing with what you have or using what you have and finding your own tone through it? So basically, I put the Lambertones in there kind of just at a whim. A buddy of mine has connection with Curtis over at Lambertones, and so I bought a pair a few weeks ago. I think it was maybe about 2 months ago or so. Honestly, I forgot about it, and then I got the shipment in, and I was lazy and did not put them in for I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. Put them in the guitar, and honestly, they sound good, but I was just a little underwhelmed. Not sure exactly what I expected from, but that's kind of where we are. Here's what I'll say. Lambertones is a great company. Curtis is a great owner and operator. He's a great person to talk to. He was extremely helpful when I was expressing my concerns with the sound. And the thing is, they sound really, really good. It's not like the pickups sound bad by any stretch of the imagination. But the reoccurring thought that kept coming back to me was I bought into hype and I bought into what other people like and their preferences versus finding my own. And so in installing these into my Les Paul and realizing that, oh, you know what? They sound good, but it's not the sound that I'm going for. It's not the sound, the elusive sound in your head. So ultimately, I'm gonna return the Lambertones. I thought about selling them to some other people so they don't have to wait as long. But Curtis was very, very kind. And honestly, I am going to return the Lambertones and put the stock Gibson pickups back in it. And that's what this video is going to be about. So let's go from there and see. Actually, let's go from there, and we're just going to see how the Lambertones sound in the Les Paul. Kind of shiny. One of the cool things is that they have their logos on the pickups, which I think is super cool. Right there in the neck pickup, right there in the bridge pickup. So let's do it. So quick run through. I'm running my Les Paul Standard right now with the Grinder in the bridge and the Crema in the neck into my Matchless Clubman, recording into Luna. Nothing special as far as plugins or anything like that on the amps. Just going into a TwoNotes Captor to make it silent so that I don't blow my neighbor's eardrums away. Anyway, so this is kind of what we're dealing with. So let me start off with the things that I actually like about the pickups first. I was talking to Jemuel Magdabe, who's a guitarist and producer and all that kind of stuff. Great guy out of Sydney, Australia. And what he told me when I was telling him my concerns with the pickups was that they really kind of take what we traditionally know as a Les Paul sound, or at least just in terms of the humbucker sounds, making it kind of sound like a Telecaster. So kind of like a higher powered Telecaster. And I think that's pretty spot on. So here's the Grinder right now and the bridge. So, the pickup has that kind of bite and attack that you would expect from a single coil, but obviously it's a humbucker. Here's the neck pickup. So yeah, it's very clear, very articulate. That the adjectives they use on their website are very, very spot on. These are the things that I think are the really big pluses and pros of it. Here's the middle. Yeah, so they sound good. They're clear. It's transparent. Whatever word you want to use. This is where I get a little stuck, though. I think the grinder sounds excellent, especially when you put a little bit of gain in it. Let me put some gain in it right now. Yeah, the grinder is a phenomenal pickup. The thing that I couldn't quite get along with, though, was let me clean up a bit again. The thing that kind of irked me was mostly the Crema. The Crema is a super clear, articulate pickup, but it lacks this one thing that I personally want in a humbucker. So if I'm playing here, say around like the 10th fret, 9th, 10th fret, it does that really kind of clear, articulate single coil type of thing very well, except it kind of lacks a throatiness, something that you would you get in a neck humbucker. And I came from the PAF world for the most part. My PRS has Seymour Duncan Antiquities in them. Many Les Pauls in the past that I've had some variation of Burstbuckers or whatever inside of them, and it was just something that I was missing. In some ways, I feel like I'm looking for like a unicorn in all this, because I want a clear and articulate, but like it's hard to. It's a feel thing when you play a guitar that has humbuckers in the neck, and you play some things kind of in this middle range. Maybe I'm going crazy. I don't know. It's a feel thing that I found myself missing, and I found myself missing it really, really quickly. Yeah, it's almost like the note kind of compresses a little earlier on. Which is honestly even in pretty stark contrast from my Strat. My Strat has Duncan Antiquity Surfers in the neck, even lower output than what's in here. And what single coils tend to do is they have this kind of pretty wide dynamic range available that you can play with. And with single coils in the neck down here at the 12th fret, you get that super throaty, fendery, whatever tone. With a humbucker, I know some of that gets slightly canceled out due to the humbucking nature of the pickup. They got really, really close here, and unfortunately, man, it's just not for me. It's just like the note is kind of getting just ever so slightly choked. it's a bummer because they really do sound great. So yeah, I'm returning the Lambertone pickups mostly because they don't do the very specific thing that I want a Les Paul to do. I might buy them again in the future to put in a different guitar that I'll be able to appreciate a little bit more. Yeah, Curtis, you make great pickups, and you're a great business person. So very, very much kudos to you, and I wish you the best. And also thanks for being helpful. One of the things that I have high praise with Curtis in regards to is, I told him, hey, I'm really liking the pickups, but I'm missing this. And he was quick to say, I understand. These are some other brands that actually might get you what you want. And I'm like, dude, as a business owner, even I would be cautious to recommend another company's work or another product. And he was actually quick to admit it. So, not admit it, but he was quick to say, hey, our things aren't for everyone. And we'll be happy to take them back. We want a happy customer. So, if anything, he's a great business person, and I can't say enough about him. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these out of this guitar, and I'm gonna put the original Gibson humbuckers in, and just kind of see how they sound. So let's go from there.
I don't wanna stay here alone. No, if you're gonna go, take me along. Oh, I don't wanna keep on dreaming. I don't wanna keep on singing along. I need you to show what you want.
But before we go ahead and switch the pickups, I wanted to do a quick comparison. I'll show you how the Lambertones sound, and then I'll also do a comparison mid-song, how the Lambertones sound in a mix versus how the original Gibson pickups sound in a mix as well. So we're going to play it over this song.
So here I am, falling on my knees again, knowing that you carry all I am. I freely give you everything I am. So here I am, trusting that you'll take my hand, knowing that you carry all I am. I freely give you everything I am. So here I am, knowing that you carry all I am. I freely give you everything I am. So here I am. So here
So I guess there you go. I went ahead and replaced them. I put the original stock pickups in it, and I hate to say it, I'm initially happier with just the standard Gibsons. These are, I think, the Burstbucker 61T and 61R. So this is a 60s Les Paul standard. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. And it seems kind of silly, but it's just, this guitar does the Les Paul thing well. One thing to consider though is the bridge is brighter than like a 90s Les Paul or even a 2018 or 17 Les Paul. And the neck is still a little darker. No, my original reasoning for wanting to replace the pickups was I thought that the bridge pickup was a little anemic sounding. So obviously from there I thought, okay, well, I want to try the Lambertones. I heard they were great, as well as the neck pickup being, pretty dark. So with a little bit of finagling, and honestly, I should have done this instead of spending money. I basically just raised the pole pieces on the neck to loosely kind of meet the radius of the fretboard. So the fretboard radius on the Les Paul is about 12 inches. And then I just raised the pickup height on the bridge pickup to be about, I think it was 3/32 of an inch. Or 3 or 2/32, I'm not exactly sure. Whatever the Gibson spec was. And it sounds great, The neck pickup is still pretty mellow sounding. Has that kind of throaty mid-range. Especially once I throw a little bit of gain in there. And of course, the middle position on a Les Paul is one of my favorites. Neck pickup. Man, Gibson really knocked it out of the park with these, so that's my review for now. We'll see how long I stay with these, because I do have my thoughts on the Les Paul standard pickups as they are, but man, Gibson really nailed it. So all that being said, if you want the sound that these get, Lambertones are great. If you want that, kind of almost hollow sounding, really clear, precise, clean tone, light driven tone the Cremas give you, dude, get them. They sound phenomenal for that. And honestly, all this being said, the Grinder was still my favorite. Not my favorite. It was still very, very high up there. The only reason I didn't put it in there is because phasing, in terms of polarity and phase of the pickups, and I just didn't want to deal with that. I might pick up a Grinder a little bit later. Not sure yet, but we'll see. Anyway, there you go. Hope you liked the video. If you liked this video, hit like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.